It's live right now? All right, so for anybody who's watching this at this moment, today is another interview no show, or tonight, because it's at night. Tonight is another interview no show. Talking to a, I was talking to a guy who wanted to do an interview, of course, but last 10 minutes he decided, or last 10 minutes he told me that there was something important that happened, so he cannot make the interview. So I'm here by myself a second time, which is very, very interesting. So I don't know how long I'm gonna stay. Maybe I'll stay for 30 minutes and I'll just do like a live chat in replace of the interview. I'm just gonna do a live chat in replace of the interview, and I'm just gonna, just talk and chat with the people who are available or who are at least who are here at the moment. So let me try to open up the live controls so I can look at if there's anybody in the chat right now. Let me see her. Live control room. Let me see her. Peak concurrence, 6 people. Hey, Jermaine, Whitney, Eaton. Hey, what is going on? Oh, there's already 3 people here. So, let me just say hello to everybody. Hello, everybody. If nobody heard me the first time, like I said before, there was supposed to be somebody who was supposed to do an interview. Apparently, there was something that came up at the last minute, and now he was not able to make it. So I actually try to send emails to 2 people, but I emailed them like in the last 10 minutes. So I'm pretty sure they're not going to respond. Um, and I'm pretty sure they're not really interested in doing an interview right now. So I'll use this last 30 minutes to just, I don't know, ask how people's lives are. Hello, Carol Williams. Hello, Rough Diamond. Hello, Whitney Eaton. How are your weeks? My week is my week. My week was better, I guess. My week was better. I guess I'll say my week was better. I'll say my week was better simply because I did okay, let me take a couple steps back. So I went to a job fair some time ago. And there were a couple of different positions that were available. There was a building attendant, there was a server, there was a bus boy. And I applied for a building attendant and a bus boy. And the thing is, I applied to them before I even went to this job. This job is called American Nights some shit. American Nights some shit. Um, and I applied before I even went to American Nights, but I never heard from them back. So this week they wanted me to do an interview on a Tuesday. So I go to the interview and shit. And with a lot of interviews from now on, like for the last couple of interviews I went to, I tell people I have T-Mal. I don't think I do have T-Mal, but I'm like, oh, listen, I have T-Mal, and this is the reason why I smell bad. So if you smell something, it's not because I didn't wash myself, it's because it's not a hygiene issue. It's because I have just some type of rare condition. So even within the interview process, like when they were like interacting with me or they had to get close to me, I see them rub their nose or do, or sometimes they would like lead me. There were 3 people that were interviewing me, and it's funny. 3 people interviewing me for a security job was weird. Let me check on the chat for a second here. Carol Williams, how's your job working out? My job is there's a lot to say about this. The job is easy. It's an easy job. I mean, I'm basically walking around a shopping plaza in the middle of the night. There's nothing too complex about it. There's nothing too difficult about it. It's just nobody really likes to work night shifts when you want to go to sleep, you know? So it's not bad. The job in itself is not bad. And the stress level in terms of interacting with people are not bad, but it's bad in terms of pay and it's bad in terms of like, I guess bad in terms of pay. If this is the thing, if this job paid me $20 an hour, and of course that's ridiculous, but I'm just saying, like, if the job paid me $20 an hour, this would be a great job. It's like there's certain jobs where like if I had to compare my previous job, which was G6 management, and this job, and they both paid the same, I would choose this job, even though I don't like working night shifts. Um, Pay is better than being unemployed. Yes, that is true. And let me actually read Rough Diamond's comment. My week is okay, still going through it, but I just keep my head up. You keep your head up, girlfriend. Speaking of which, Rough Diamond, how's your singing career thing going out or working out, whatever? I know you're supposed to. I don't know if she's still here. How's your singing career? How is you trying to become a singer? The process of becoming a singer. How's that working out for you? But let me also respond to look at me now. If anybody's oh, here's another thing. If anybody's just jumping into the chat right now, the interview is a no-show. He decided last minute that there's something that came up, so he can't show up. So that's another thing, and this is starting to become more frequent now, which is okay. I mean, it's not okay because it is sort of annoying. I'm not gonna lie, but at the same time, if you got important things to attend to, go ahead and tend to them. But to respond to look at me now, pay is better than being unemployed. Yeah, pay is better than being unemployed. But sometimes money's not worth it. Sometimes sometimes doing certain jobs, the money ain't worth it. Um, I don't even bring up my team out in interviews. First off, shout out to Claire Underwood. Shout out to everybody who joined the chat. Um, Speaking of Claire Underwood, speaking of Portia and I don't know if you want me to say her name, but Rough Diamond and Claire Underwood. I know both of you suggested that you might want to do an interview. We can try to do one now if you want, because the guy just he's attending to something else. But yeah, but to respond to Claire Underwood, yeah, I get that, but I at least like to address it head on. I at least like to tell them like this is what's up before they try to suspect or try to make any type of assumptions that I just don't bathe myself or I don't do X, Y, Z. Um, you should be planning your next step while in the job you don't like, building step by step. Yeah, yeah. That's definitely what I'm doing. Like this job is just a part-time job to just pay bills. You know what I mean? It's not a job that I'm thinking about for a career. I'm just doing this so I can pay some stuff off because I have just a number of excessive bills that were not there before I quit my job. But now that I quit my job, now these new bills pop up. But yeah, I'm just doing this while looking for a web developer job. And at the same time, I'm starting to think to myself, maybe I shouldn't even try to pursue a web developer job. Maybe I should just try to just do freelancing. Simply because it's like when you're a freelancer, you can be in the back, you can be in your home, you can be in your house, just be chilling and stuff and just do work. The problem is with a lot of freelancers or trying to get clients is like the hardest part. And the major way you get clients is through word of mouth. So you try to do it with like families or friends and stuff like that. Okay, some people have been commenting. Okay, Claire Underwood, I would address it if I got hired. Oh, you would address it if you got hired. I address it right now. I address it immediately because I'm pretty sure they smell me. So I'm not going to be like, oh, yeah. I'm not going to hope that they don't smell me. I'm just like, okay, I know you smell the funk. I know you smell the shit. And this is what I'm working with right now. And I have this disease and blah, blah, blah. So they can't say, oh, this guy. Because there's some people who just say, oh, I don't like his hair or I don't like I don't like the way he dresses. And this is the deciding factor as to why they chose the other client or the other person as opposed to you. So if they be very picky on just like clothes or just little details like that, if you really funking up the place, that could be a thing that just takes you off the I don't know, the decision list on who's going to move forward. So if I just address and say it's a disease or some rare disorder, they can't say, oh, well, I can't take them off because that would sort of be like, I don't know if it's like against the law to discriminate against people who have disabilities or rare conditions. So they can't do that stuff. Let me read this. Look at me now. Dr. Ron Reaver conference, April 12th, is going to be recorded and transcript, maybe a video after conference with the update. Yeah, with the Dr. Ron Weaver, I do. it'd be very cool to get an interview with like these specialists so they can come here. I really wanted to get an interview with Dr. Preddy, because he's like the guy who's like he's like the guy in charge of the Monell Center, and he's the guy in charge of the Monell Center, and he knows all the stuff about T-Mal. And there's so many questions I really have. I know I saw a little bit of web conferences or something like that, T-Mal conferences. Every couple of years they have that stuff, but there's a lot of questions that they try to like answer questions toward the end, but they only answer like just small ones. I have a good goddamn list of fucking questions to ask Dr. Preddy, and if I can get Ron Weaver or Dr. Ron Weaver, I want to know why family members cannot smell us, why doctors cannot smell us. I need to make sense of that, because that is like one of the most annoying reasons why I can't. How about an update with Maria Ramiro? She did a podcast with Team Out Up. How about an update with Maria? I guess that'll be the easiest one. That'll probably be the easiest one. Let me continue to read other comments. Claire Underwood, you should really look for tech support jobs to get experience in tech. Tech support jobs, huh? Tech support jobs. That's pretty much like, because I actually have a technical support job. I had a technical support job, but it was with TurboTax. That shit was with TurboTax, and boy, I what you just said reminds me of the fact that I wanted to make a video. I wanted to do a Saturday night hangout, but with people who specifically got into work at home jobs. Because I did a technical support job for TurboTax. And I know a lot of people within this community are considering possibly getting into work at home opportunities, but they don't know the pros and cons to it. So I wanted to like grab a lot of people who are actually in work at home jobs and list out the pros and cons to working at work at home jobs. Because since you was just talking about tech support, I was a technical support for TurboTax, and that shit was the fucking worst. Because the thing is, with a lot of customer service jobs, especially if you're not doing customer service directly, you're doing it, via phone. These customers love to get real spicy with you. They love to give you little attitude problems and stuff, because they know that you can't punch them in the face, because you're like hundreds of miles away. So they're like, oh, I don't like the fact that something. I want to speak to your manager, and you can't you can't what I mean? You can't like check them. So they like to get real snappy with you. That's the reason why I don't like those like customer service or technical support jobs, unless I'm doing tech support like within the company, because they can't, again, if I'm in the same company, if I'm in the same place, they're not going to get really snappy with me. However, if it's some like customer or some type of client, or you know what I mean, all the way out in Oklahoma or some shit, they're going to get real disrespectful. I've been through tech support jobs, customer service support jobs for years. I did that work at home stuff for years. So I think it'd be really good to possibly do like a Saturday night hangout, with Saturday night hangout, and just grab a number of people who have experience within this, and they talk about all the pros and cons. So if there's anybody who ever considered doing that stuff, they'll say, oh, okay, I'm glad I heard another perspective about this, because, people are going to think to themselves, man, it's going to be so great because now I don't have to work with people, but they didn't see the other side to it. But let me read some more of the comments. Hello, everyone. Hello, Jose Sanchez. Look at me now. How about an update with, oh yeah, I read that. Yeah, maybe I should try to contact Maria. Look at me now. Good starting point. Yes, I guess that's a good starting point. Jose, just getting off from work. How's work, Jose Sanchez? Claire Underwood, while you're building your skills. Yeah. This is my thing, Claire Underwood, because I know you're in the tech industry as well. My thing is, I just don't have the connections, I just don't have the connections at the moment. And that's the reason why I feel like I'm not able to get my foot in the door. Like if I knew somebody that worked at a tech firm, I'd probably get my foot in the door, because I feel like I'm qualified. Yeah, I might not know everything about everything, but most people don't. I just don't have that connections, and with this weird condition, it's hard to network and try to shake hands and kiss babies, kiss babies, and all that stuff to try to, garner, I don't know, friends or people that's gonna, hey, let me look out for that person. So if there is any type of opening in the future, they'll say, oh yeah, I know so and so, he's good at XYZ. I don't have that ability. But let me finish reading your comment. That's true, but the more experience you get in tech, the better, and the pay is better. Like, what specifically tech? Because when I think of tech support, I just think like you're basically supporting. There's some type of application that you're supposed to have some knowledge about, and you're just answering questions. I don't. Maybe the tech support jobs you're talking about is completely different than the tech support jobs I'm thinking about. Because when I think of tech support, I think about like, someone assisting you with some type of application like TurboTax, like I don't know, like being a tech support or Bluehost or something. Anti Needle, thank you so much for your videos. They have helped me a lot. I hope this isn't off topic, but I heard something about gut issues, something like leaky gut. Yeah, leaky gut is such a common theory for people like us. That's a candida, leaky gut, parasites. Let me just go on the list of all the things I've heard so many for years. I had this for 15 years. Let me tell you all the little theories I've heard all throughout these body odor forums. Leaky gut, candida, parasites. What's another one? What's that thing that where your booty hole collapses? What's that thing where your booty hole collapses? Prolapse, like rectal prolapse. What's that other thing that has to do with your booty hole? It's not a hernia. It's not a hernia. It's a, oh my god! It's like where your thing juts out. Your rectum juts out. Maybe that's prolapse too. I don't know. Like I've heard all the theories, and I heard a leaky gut. And the thing about leaky gut is like there's no evidence of leaky gut actually being the cause of giving us odors, anything like that. Just like with candida, like people, I recall like when I was 21, hemorrhoids, yes, that's hemorrhoids, where your booty hole sticks out or some shit, like it's some weird stuff. I thought I had hemorrhoids. Here's a funny story. I thought I had hemorrhoids because you just read all this random shit on these blogs, on these like body odor forums, support. And a lot of these support forums are they're just taking you down a rabbit hole. They're just taking you down a rabbit hole, going to random places, but you're like, maybe. So then you go. So then you just try all these bad things, and I don't know. Let me start reading the comments because I can talk for a long time. I heard something about gut issues, something like leaky gut. China Wilson, I'm really happy for you about your new job. I don't think you should be that happy about this guy, this cheap ass god fucking security ass job. Get the fuck out of here with this shit. I mean, I'm not really cursing at you. I'm just mad at the job. I don't think you should be that happy with the job. But salute China Wilson. How is your week? Look at me now. Quantum research in the UK has now started research into T-Mal. I don't know what quantum research is, but as long as it's researching T-Mal, that's great news. Claire Underwood, it doesn't have to be a tech firm or tech company. It can be AT&T, Verizon, Comcast. Yeah, it's different. Yes, it's different. Okay. I think you're responding to something I said where I was like, maybe my idea of tech support is completely different than what you were talking about in terms of tech support. Okay, yeah, AT&T, Verizon, Comcast. Yeah, maybe that's a thing. That's another thing. Well, I was actually a sales representative for DirecTV, so I don't know if that's similar. Look at me now, prolapse. Yeah, Trudall, hemorrhoids. Hello, Trudall. How is your week, Trudall? You look at me now, your hemorrhoids, Trudall, booty balloons, booty ballons. Look at me now. It's a myth, leaky gut. All specialists just speculate that it may happen. No evidence is true. Exactly. Let me tell you, I've been on that candida, leaky gut kick. This is a number one way you can tell someone has this body odor issue. Um, the number one way you can tell that they have a body odor issue is they start talking about candida. They're like, candida, yeah, I think it's the candida. I know they they had that shit for less than 3 years because I was on that shit too. I was like, yeah, it has to be that candida because the candida is in my body. Like, bro, by the definition of just like or by these all these like descriptions of candida, technically everybody should have this shit. But if everybody has this shit, why doesn't everybody smell like feces as well? Because everybody eats bread. Like the majority of the American diet, people eat breads and grains and shit and all that other type of stuff, but they don't smell bad. And especially with leaky gut, the way that they describe leaky gut, it must be everybody in this goddamn world that have leaky gut, but only us having only us, we have this weird odor issue. So if that's the case, why would we naturally think it's leaky gut? I don't know. It's just weird. China Wilson, how was your week? I think I asked you that. Trudeau, are there any work at home jobs that actually pay? Yo, yeah, yes. Actually, when I talked to Brittany, shouts out to Brittany if she ever watches this. She actually had a job. I wish I talked to her more about her job because she said that she was making like 12.50 an hour. So that's okay. And my friend, let's call her Amy Brooks, she was making 12.50 in one of her jobs, and she didn't even have to speak to people. It was some type of job where she was assisting people through texting. And then there's like, if you actually look into just YouTube and look at work at home jobs, sometimes you'll see these like these little videos. There's like this black woman. She's an attractive black woman. I forgot her name. And she advertises that certain jobs pay $16 an hour, but a lot of these jobs are like very temporary. They're like temporary seasonal jobs. So I don't think you're going to be there for that long. Damn, the shit going up. Auntie Needle, look at me now. I'm kind of disappointed that leaky gut is a myth. I just bought probiotics, milk thistle, digestive enzymes, L-glutamine, and to take care of it. Yep, you wasted all your money. You wasted a gang of money. I mean, hopefully you got your receipts. I mean, milk thistle is good. Digestive enzymes good. Probiotics is good. Balloons. What was it saying? Oh yeah, all those things are good. So I wouldn't say it's a waste of time. Maybe your digestion would be better, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Oh, by the way, if anybody's watching this, interview no show. Person didn't show up. He said like in the last 10 minutes, I was about to like contact him, like, oh, I have some stuff I had to do, I had to take care of, so I can't make it. So, this is why I'm rocking it out. I'm just chatting it up with everybody. How's everybody's week? If you're just tuning in, how's your week? I would love to read your comments and we can, converse back and forth. China Wilson, have you been on a diet where you just eat vegetables and fruit? If so, did your smell disappear? To answer you, yes, it did. It immediately disappeared. Yes, it did. The trick is, or I think the hard part is to sustain that diet forever. To sustain that diet forever. And especially if you're living with somebody, like you're living with your mother, you're living with family, and they just order some Chinese food, they order like pizza, they order all these good shit, and you're just eating apples and carrots and shit like you're a fucking rabbit. That's just motherfucking hard. It's really hard, China Wilson. So I mean, that's the situation with me. Like just right now, damn, the comments are going too fast. Victoria, maybe it's a bug made by the pharmaceutical. Yeah, maybe it's made by the pharmaceutical. Maybe it's made by the Illuminati. We don't know. I mean, I don't want to, because when I joke, people get offended. I don't mean it to like mock you. I'm just saying like a lot of people have these theories. Where it's like, yeah, maybe, possibly, I don't know. It could be like, since we're speaking about like pharmaceutical industries, like we could talk about antibiotic. Damn, the comment section went up. Fuck. Hold up. Let me start reading these comments. Look at me now. You have to be careful when eating only fruit-based diet due to the natural sugars. Too much sugar will feed the TMA bacteria, which will make your odor become more severe. Possibly, but I know from my experience when I ate a lot of apples and just drank water and oranges, I didn't smell bad after like a week. So maybe that is the case for some people, but for me, I have a different experience. Anti-needle, the only thing that I feel that has worked is liquid chlorophyll. Yeah, I feel like liquid chlorophyll has worked. Right now, this is funny. I wish I was at my house right now. I'm not actually at my house. I'm right now. I'm taking like activated charcoal because I heard, from just interviews, activated charcoal is actually effective, more effective. People are saying it's more effective than liquid chlorophyll. So I'm trying that right now. I'm taking like a tablespoon, and I'm not taking the capsule form. I'm taking like the bag form where you can scoop it out. I get like a tablespoon of that thing, put it in the water, drink it. Your tongue is completely black. It's really interesting, but we'll see if it is effective. Look at me now, Antonito. What's your symptoms? L breath or body odor? True dog. My internet connection is slow. My internet connection is pretty whack too. Um, Got to get up every day and go to a brick and mortar. Jesus Christ, what do you work as, Trudeau? Look at me now. Now I have body odor, not so much breath. Internet connection is too slow for work at home. Oh, okay. That might, yeah, I guess that might be a reason why you can't get it. China Wilson, and my week was embarrassing, especially on a Wednesday in my fourth hour class. Same smell was on me, and it was so hot. We had to go to another classroom, and it was small, and it has two tables, and nobody sat by me. When they did, they moved to another spot. Damn, that's fucked up. Fuck those guys. Fuck those guys, China Wilson. Claire Underwood, are you taking any vitamins or probiotics right now? Shouts out to Claire Underwood. Um, I am taking men's multivitamin because I'm doing this intermittent fasting thing, and like now that I got the job, it's sort of hard to do it because I'm doing night shifts, you know. So like I will only eat at like 8 p.m. So I have like a 4 hour window, and I go to sleep at somewhere between like 12 to 1. So it was easy to do it before I had this job. But now, like, after I eat at 8 p.m. or something like that, and I have to go to work at 12 a.m., now I'm up and I'm really hungry, I'm really hungry. So it's like it's really hard. Like I really fucked it up yesterday. I was just so hungry. I went next I went across the street to eat at a 7-Eleven. So that's probably gonna make me smell like shit right now, but I don't give a fuck. I mean I care, but I don't care. That's the thing about this order. I care that I smell bad, but sometimes I don't give a fuck. Like, I mean, it's like whatever. Sat by me, yeah. Shouts out to China. So I guess are you in college or are you in high school, China Wilson? Look at me now. Well, if it's your body odor, have you tried exercise? Exercise is great for reducing odor and has being proven to change the gut microbiome. Also great in creating endorphins, which will help with depression and anxiety. Yes, this is true. Who are you? Look at me now. Have I talked to you before on email? Have I ever talked to you on the phone? Look at me now. However, consistency is the key. It takes months, if not years, to alter the formation of the microbiome. Good information. Oh, okay. Victoria, it's true. It's true because why is it that so many people are experiencing this? Liquid chlorophyll doesn't work for me anymore because some greens are said to be high in choline. Yeah, that's true. I've heard experiences that of people who say that taking certain types of chlorophyll actually made their odor worse. I've heard that before. So what you're saying makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. Um, so yeah, I guess it could mess you up. I mean, I honestly think it's just I think it's some type of gene malfunction or something like that. Like something that happened in our genes where we're not able to process things properly with our liver, and this is causing us to have this odor. I don't think it's a government issue or pharmaceutical thing. I don't know, but again, I'm just some guy. I'm not an expert. I'm not a specialist. A true dog. I've had that experience. China adults can be childish. China Wilson, high school, 12th grade. Okay, so you're about to graduate. Salute. Are you? Let me ask you this, China Wilson. Have your grades been affected? And how's your social situation? Um, China Wilson and my teacher sat by me and moved too. I'll punch her in the fucking face. Um, Anti-needle. Look at me now. No, I don't exercise. Unfortunately, I'm so tired of this BO. Me too. I'll never get this problem solved. Well, we might be able to treat it in the future. Us BO sufferers are so unlucky. Sometimes I want to end it all. You know, to anti-needle. Um, I felt that way. I mean, well, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about that. I wanted to make a video about how many times you thought about killing yourself because I know suicide is a thing that has been suicidal thoughts is a thing that's probably a common thing for many of us, like thinking like, damn, what's the point of living if I can't interact with people and stuff like that. But I don't know. I think you should have some type of life goal that makes you want to continue forward. You know, one of my life goals is simply this: is just doing interviews. I want to do 100 interviews, and another thing I want to do is I want to get this thing recognized as some type of disability. So if people do have this, let's say we don't have a treatment. Apparently, there's supposed to be some type of treatment in 2020. So this next year, the comments are going a little bit too quickly. What was I saying? But I mean, the only thing I can say to sort of try to prevent the ideas of killing yourself is to have like a life goal that you want to, I don't know, you want to accomplish that might somehow make you better or make people in your position better, make your family and friends better. Because I don't know, like you have to have something to look forward to. You have to have something to get you up, keep going. Because if you don't, you have nothing, then you're going. Those suicidal thoughts going to start to sound very reasonable in your brain. Let me read the comments. Look at me now. You need to exercise too. China Wilson, and I didn't hear what you said about my comment because my mom called me. Well, sorry. I don't even remember my comment either. Look at me now. Clear your body of toxins. The TMA builds up in the blood. This is why you smell. Anti-needle. When I exercise, I sweat and I'm sure I will smell more. Yeah, the thing is, yes, you're gonna smell more, but what you have to do is you have to like if you exercise in the morning, like early in the morning where there's not that many people and you start to sweat and then you wash yourself, I think you get out the toxins more, the odor toxins, the toxins that give out the odor more. So it's good to exercise and sweat, but make sure you do it like late at night or early in the morning where there's not enough people around. There's not people around, so then you can just expel the toxins and you'll smell less funky. Look at me now. That's good. Look at me now. If you smell more, it means it smells cleansing from the blood. Look at me now. This is not going to. Jesus Christ, look at me now. Look at me now. Be forever. We are only suffering for now, but there will be. Look at me now. Be treatment. Look at me now. It's recognized as a disability in the UK. China Wilson. Yes, my grades went down a lot earlier this year. I had a 4.0 and now I have a 2.3. Jeez. Yeah. And I isolate myself from everybody. So I just be by myself a lot and it hurts because I want to talk to people, but I can't be because of the smell. Yep. Yep. I never was a 4.0 guy, but I definitely wanted to hang out and, connect with people and shit. And with this odor condition, that shit stifles you from actually um, doing what you want to do, connecting with people and stuff like that. What was I saying? Cause of the smell. Okay, because of the smell. Smiley face, China Wilson. Okay, Antonito, sorry for asking so many questions, but when you said there would be something coming out to yeah, so there's supposed to be some type of pill. I heard it's going to be released from Procter and Gamble, and it's supposed to like treat. Um, I think it's supposed to like neutralize any type of TMA or something. I'm not sure. I gotta look into it. I remember hearing that from Taylor. Taylor was informative, and he was telling me about that type of stuff, and I was like, "Damn, that's interesting." So there's supposed to be some type of pill that's supposed to come out, and it's supposed to treat people who have T Mal. But the thing is, if you do have T Mal, I don't know if most of people actually have T Mal. The pill, okay, yeah. So I just jumped to look at me now. It's the trimethylamine. The pill inhibits the TMA, but it's not the cure. Yeah, but it does reduce the odor. It does reduce the odor. So that's great for people who are T Mal. Like you have something to look forward to. So don't end it all just yet. Let's at least taste the pill first. And if it don't work, maybe you should off your. No, I'm just kidding. You shouldn't off yourself. Um, um, Trudeau, I'm sorry, but what toxins do you think you have floating around your body that can be sweat out? Well, not, well, I don't know. Like, I guess the excess buildup of the TMA or whatever this compound is that's making you smell, those are the toxins that could be sweat out. That's why people like try to do saunas or try to exercise, in order to release this excess buildup of the toxins. Because sometimes if you have too much buildup toxins, it will just be on your skin, in your breath, in your hair. So sweating it out is a good way to release it, and maybe you reduce the smell in the process. Um, Victoria, your life goal should be loving yourself as you are. It is not easy sometimes dealing with this, but remember that you have a right to be happy. I'm glad you said that, Victoria, because um, I always wanted to put some articles out on this channel about happiness because I know a lot of people are depressed and stuff. A lot of people feel like, damn, there's no future. So putting out like articles about being happy, maybe that will motivate people to try to pursue, because like there's scientists called positive psychologists, who look into what are the common factors that make people happy, and they found out like there's a couple of things that make people happy. And if people within this channel, or people actually learned what are these common factors, maybe they can target those things. And let's say that this Team Out pill doesn't work out, you can at least try to pursue these things, so then you can still have a happy or fulfilling life. You know, Victoria, let me finish reading Victoria's comment. You are happy from the inside out, so don't allow the reactions of others to make you feel less than you are. Yeah, correct. Um, Victoria, now let me look at me now. It's a traumatic. Yeah, okay, I read that. Look at me now. Fingers crossed. Yeah, hopefully it works out. Look at me now. Antinito, go on to. Oh, go on to Medium. Okay. Um, look at me now. Blog, Meebo blog. Why don't you just, maybe that's, I don't know, because I'm like, why is it like there's like several different blocks, but maybe it's like it always breaks up into several different blocks because you can't write all that in one thing. I don't know. But let me read this. Look at me now, blog, and look at the protocol. This will help guide you to reduce the odor. There is many ways to reduce odor apart from supplements. Let me ask, look at me now. Um, have you reduced your odor, and do you have a sociable life now? Let me ask, look at me now, because it sounds like you're very informative, and you have like, you're trying to inform the audience, or just the people in chat. Is everything working out on your end? Let me see here. I would love to hear his comment on that. Um, True Doll, I don't think there's a buildup. Your sweat is feeding bacteria already there. Maybe I can only speak for me. I can't speak for everybody. I can only speak for me. I noticed that whenever I worked, like especially within college, when I would run, and I actually have hyperhidrosis. When I run and I would, sweat, I would smell obviously more potent. The funk will be more potent. But after I took a bath, like I would get less reactions, as opposed to not exercising early in the morning. If I didn't exercise early in the morning, I noticed that people react to me more. So I realized that sweating out the odor did help for me. Maybe not help for everybody else. Maybe it doesn't help for you, but it helped for me. That's the only thing I could say. China Wilson, did you ever tell your family about your smell? And if so, did they not believe you or thought you were crazy? Because that happened to me, and it just makes me so mad because they think I'm lying and I'm not. Okay, what you are experiencing, China, is is something everybody else is what most people say or most people are experiencing, and something I clearly experienced as well. Um, there's so much to say about that. There's so much to say about that. But to answer your question, because I could go on for an hour about that. I could go on for an hour about that in terms of how it was when I was in high school, and I was like, "What the fuck?" People were like reacting to me, and they would like rub their nose or say people say they smell like shit in here, and I'd be like, "What the fuck is going on?" And then I try to talk confide with my mother about it, like, "No, you don't smell," and that made me feel good, but at the same time, there was still this confusion because once I got outside of the family, everybody else acted like I did smell, and it just boggled my mind. This is the reason why I said earlier in this thing that I wanted to talk to Dr. Preddy. I want to talk to these specialists and try to get an understanding as to why this is, because I can't wrap my head around it. I mean, I have a theory about it, but I don't know. Um, Damn Dan, shouts out to Damn Dan. How is your life, Damn Dan? How is everything on your end, Damn Dan? I feel like after 20 minutes of eating something, I get more reactions. Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard that before. Like after eating something, you start to smell more depending on what food you eat. Whitney, I've done D-herbs detox and it works. Oh, so that's good news. D-herbs. I never heard that. D-herbs detox. D-herbs. Could you put that in the chat, Whitney Eaton? Maybe people want to check that stuff out. Look at me now. My phone keeps sending messages separate. Frustrating. Victoria, my sweat don't smell. Yeah, like the thing is for me, I can't smell myself at all, and I can't smell my sweat, but I do notice that people react more so when I sweat. So I naturally think like there's something within my sweat that causes me to smell worse. Antonito, look at me now. Now I bookmarked the Meeble blog. Thank you so much. I'll look into it, and you and the host are very helpful. Damn. I feel like sometimes after working out, taking a shot, I get more reactions. That's interesting. After working out, taking a shot, I get more reactions. That's interesting. I don't know. I guess people just have different things happening to them. Yes, had odor symptoms once I hit puberty, which was 10 years ago. Cabbage and grind like an odor from breath. Tested for the trimethylmenorrhea positive. However, now it also indicates the new Salim BP1 bacteria from Dr. Juan River may be beneficial to me as a ultimate treatment. However, I'm odor free from now, live a normal life as long as I stick to my routine if I have a treat. Dan, you need to look into soap you're using. I'm still working out. Dan, when I don't use soap, I won't get as much as reaction. Look at me now. Well, then this triggers odor response sour. Just let me ask you, look at me now. Are you a woman or a man? Are you a woman or a man? Because I've heard some different situations with women, like the odor comes back even though that they have their thing under control. Damn, I was only going to talk for 30 minutes because the guy didn't show up, but it's like 42 minutes right now. Oh, you're a man. Okay, shouts out to, okay. That's interesting. I thought you were I thought you were a woman because you have a pink icon. Yeah, but you didn't choose that. I mean, whatever. Even if you did, whatever. Like whatever. Have you ever heard of people outgrowing TMAL? I believe I had it for all my life until my mid-20s. Now no longer have no reactions from the people, and I don't smell it myself. I want to respond to this. Triple A, triple B. There was a point in my life where I didn't have an odor problem. I'm talking about when I was 25, maybe even 27, like somewhere between 25 and 27, the odor issue dissipated. Or I don't know if it's gone away completely or just reduced to a degree where I was able to live a normal life. One day I want to have this conversation about that because I thought that was so strange. I felt like I cured myself or it just completely went away. And then it made me start to question, maybe it was all in my head. But then like once I went back to work or it's like it slowly started to come back, but I was like in denial because it's like I didn't believe that. It's sort of hard to explain, but it's a long story. It's a long story because after I went out the mental hospital, um, after I went out the mental hospital, I started to question whether or not I did have it because the people that, the doctors and the nurses that were around me looked at me puzzled and looked at me like I was crazy and shit. And then they took me to like a brain scanning thing to check my brain because they thought I had schizophrenia. They thought I was hallucinating, delusional. They checked my brain. Turned out, I didn't have any schizophrenia. I wasn't delusional, whatever. But still, I was like, maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. Um, but it's a long conversation. I wish I could rant about it, but I didn't want to be this long. I just wanted to talk for 30 minutes, check on how everybody else's life is. Um, Sorry that there's no interview. If you're just tuning in right now, interview is a no-show. The person didn't show up because he told me like last 10 minutes before I was gonna talk to him or send out a link that he had other stuff that he needed to do and he can't make it. So that's a thing. I appreciate everybody for coming on. My BO is worse when I'm on my cycle. Yes, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. For women, it's like it gets worse, especially when it's that time of the month. So it's a little bit is worse for women, and I heard like during menopause, like it gets worse too. So that's shouts out to the women who have to go through that. Dan. I used to have football practice and go to school the next day and didn't even take a shower. Yeah, diet, less junk food. Look at me, and Jane Deb. I also want to see you a message be so happy to come on the podcast in the next few weeks. Yo, look at me now. Are you Logan? What is your name? Okay. Well, yeah, I was supposed to end this thing right now. But yeah, I appreciate everybody for coming on. I didn't want to make it this long. I just want to chat with people, see how everybody's week is. I will salute all of you who happened to jump on, but apparently the guy didn't show up because he had some things to attend to. So, ending it right now. You guys have a good week.